a city that people usually mention with snide remarks. Now everybody so desperately cares about our community. I can't believe what you say because I see what you have done. Damn.
So like I said, it is very rare, okay, that you will find somebody in the Democratic Party to be boisterous, to say stuff, say what they feel, what they mean with their chest. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Hart say with your chest. It's very few Democrats. Now it's even more few. Like you can count on one hand, half a hand, just cut. And then you will find that many progressives that will say what they back straight, say with authority, say it like they mean it, like they actually are, like they mean what they say. That's one of my main critiques when it comes to progressives. And I know some of them are shady, some of them don't even give them the time of day, but there's very few that when I see a little fire, I want them to tap into. I just want them to dig a little deeper. And this young man, a representative, Malcolm Kenyatta, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If you're watching this, I apologize for butchering your last name. He's 27, from Philadelphia, and he took office in 2019. So he's a youngin' when it comes to the political atmosphere. Okay, yes, I said atmosphere. Shout out to Dr. Richie. But what he's shown me on the floor when it comes to some of the shady things happening in Philly, when it comes to Republicans being a little shit, I was like, this young man right here, this dude has a future, and I hope he can tap into it. So let's kind of give an overview on what's going on in Philadelphia. So when we hear him speak, we have a little context to what's happening.
Lawmakers in Harrisburg.
All right, let's go ahead.
Vote to impeach Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner. Now it will head to a Senate trial. Eyewitness News reporter Carrie Corrado is in Spring Garden tonight with the story of today's vote and what the DA had to say. Carrie?
Yuki, good evening. When you hear the word impeached, it doesn't mean that the DA was officially removed from office. This is a very long process, and the DA says there was no evidence to back up the claims. Lawmakers battling it out in Harrisburg over Philadelphia's top prosecutor.
The ayes are 107, the nays 85.
In a 107-85 vote, the Pennsylvania House impeached Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner on Wednesday. Some lawmakers accused Krasner of implementing policies that have contributed to the rise in violent crime in the city. Others defended him.
What is done here today has been called many names: a sham, a political stunt.
Hold on. I'm gonna fast forward that part because we're gonna save that because they just chopped it up a little bit. Let's go ahead.
Krasner said in the hundreds of years the Commonwealth has existed, this is the only time the House has used the drastic remedy of impeachment of an elected official because they do not like their ideas. Those ideas are precisely why Philadelphia voters elected and re-elected to serve as the Philly DA in 2 landslides.
I think it's somewhat a political stunt. The man was elected twice, and he was elected the second time by an overwhelming majority. So, I mean, I'm not one for overturning elections.
Oh, hey. He done said enough. He done said enough. Now, so that's kind of the ball game that we're dealing with here. A progressive DA, he has, an agenda that is obviously popular in the area that he's in because he was elected, then reelected. And from what I've seen, by landslide. It wasn't close. It was a landslide. Now, of course, from what I can see, Republicans are trying to do what they can so he can't implement or he can't pursue some of the things he has planned, to help the city. And he's a progressive, so it's going to be ideas that are going to be, in my opinion, better for people. And that's probably why he won. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win because he's a handsome young man. He won based off his policies. So Of course, to me, this is just Republicans just trying to just cock block, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing what they can. Now, let's listen to this young man, Mr. Malcolm, speak fire on the floor.
What is done here today has been called many names: a sham, a political stunt, a distraction, a disgrace. But what I call it today, Mr. Speaker, is simply sad. Should you be impeached for the votes that I've seen taken on this floor that take food literally out of the mouths of the most vulnerable people in our communities, especially in cities like Philadelphia? And if we want to look at who is violating oaths of office, people in this body ought to look in the mirror.
Just days after Pennsylvania Republicans lost their majority in the House for the first time in 12 years, they're abusing their power to impeach the progressive Philadelphia district attorney before Democrats take the majority.
Damn.
Representative Malcolm Kenyatta called out the Republicans.
Kenyatta. I was right.
And when we think about the sacred obligation we have as members of this august body, this is not what we ought to be doing. It has been mentioned over and over again that we have the power to impeach local elected officials. Of course we have the power to do so. But is it the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to do? It is sad that in a lame duck session, we are using the extraordinary power we have with such disregard. And if we want to have a serious conversation,
tell them.
And if we really want to set the precedent that the standard for being impeached is this amorphous dereliction of duty, then I would ask us to pick up a mirror and ask, do we think it's derelict of our duty when members of this body reject common sense gun safety? Should my colleagues be impeached for being derelict in their duty? Is it derelict in our duty when we don't want to fully fund our schools and deal with the lead, asbestos, and mold that is riddling Philadelphia schools? And we have a lot of members, my colleagues, you love Philadelphia. I ain't never seen you in Philadelphia, but you love Philadelphia.
Hey, tell like it is.
If you did, then I think you would care about the little babies and bodies that we're sending in the school buildings that we know can be better than they are, but we haven't seemed to really want to do that. Should you be impeached for that? Should you be impeached for the votes that I've seen taken on this floor that take food literally out of the mouths of the most vulnerable people in our communities, especially in cities like Philadelphia? It's easy to get up here and read a name of somebody from a newspaper article that you read and suggest that that person's loss can be used for your political gain to pursue this senseless, nonsensical impeachment.
Damn.
It's a different thing altogether to do what I have done with my constituents. To sit down with law enforcement, to sit down with community members, to sit down with victims and perpetrators of crime.
Yo.
To talk about how we craft serious solutions.
Now, right there. Woo, that gave me goosebumps. That right there gave me goosebumps. Now, listen. Stop typing in the comments and take a listen. He said it best. He's saying that his big homie is getting attacked, is getting impeached because he's progressive. He's trying to pursue progressive ideas to help the city of Philadelphia. You know, and he literally said, me and my colleagues, we're sitting down with these people. We're sitting down with these people who need our help. And we're using that feedback to build up legislation and bills and laws to help these people. That's what needs to be done. Now, of course, now it's weird. Now, this is where, to me, politics get a little weird. Because now, things like this can't be done because of an opposing party. That right there is why he's fighting this. Because he knows the strategies that these people are going to do only because they don't want to see the other party succeed. They don't want to see the other party actually get their ideas that's for the people, get them what is needed to help them, because then they know that's going to bring people back to the polls, to the voting. Because when you help people succeed in life, when you help people out of the holes they're in, when you help people with, the basic necessities of life, that draws people to trust you and to vote for you. And Republicans, I mean, it just seems like it's a one-sided fight here.
You're right. This building has a lot of power. Why aren't we using that power to actually fix what is broken? If you seriously believe that impeaching one elected official is going to fix all crime in Philadelphia, then I have a bridge to sell you, my friends. And I'm charging tax if you are that naive.
Ooh.
I hope that today we add some more names on this board and don't continue down this path of ignoring voters and ignoring the truth of what is causing the violence that we are seeing. Nobody from Philadelphia, needs a lecture from any Republican in this building about crime in our communities. Every person who represents Philadelphia knows all too well about what it means to call a constituent who has lost a loved one, hold their hands as they cry and mourn their loved ones. Many of us have gone to numerous funerals of people who have lost their lives. We do not need to be lectured by you on what is happening in our neighborhoods. And I will tell you, the people in this body who actually represent Philadelphia care more than most about what is going on. But I find it very ironic that a city that is often used as a punching bag in this building, a city that people usually mention with snide remarks, now everybody so desperately cares about our community. I can't believe what you say because I see what you have done.
Damn.
And so over.
Oh. He said, oh, that was beautiful. I can't believe what you say because I've seen what you've done. That's beautiful. That needs to be on a t-shirt. That needs to be on a Facebook post. That's a Twitter worthy tweet right there. Go ahead and tweet it out. We give you permission.